also click on Facebook. We're going to be live on Facebook doing a college Q&A. If you guys don't know, tonight was our first kickoff of our millennial tour, so we're so excited to be here. And yeah, so oh, we're live. Okay, guys, so we're live. Hi, guys. So we're back, and we are live here with the rest of our crew. We're about to do a college Q&A, so you guys can get real personal with us, ask us some real questions about how it is and like how we're able to do stuff here in Richmond University. So I have myself, Anjay Monet, and I'll let everybody else introduce herself.
Hi, Money.
Hi, sorry. I'm Tiara. Everybody.
I'm Majesty. Hey.
And then there's a guy in the corner who should probably say something. What's your name, sir? That's Malik, guys. I don't know what's going on with his phone. Oh, okay, guys. So we are doing a. Oh my God, my puppy. We're doing a Q&A right now, so I'm so excited. We just did our first tour. Let's go. Sit down. Okay, Asia. So we do have Asia here, who is a part of Spelman. You did. Asia, introduce yourself.
Hi everybody. My name is Asia Imani. I'm a sophomore at Spelman. I'm a political science major. In addition to that, I'm also, I guess, a full-time trader. I mean, I trade pretty much every day. So yeah, kind of my little backstory.
Okay, sorry guys, I gotta go. Yes, guys, so we have Asia here, who is Malik. Are you streaming for 2 devices?
No.
So Jamal's going to be coming on as well. Okay, so we're doing college Q&A for all the new people who just joined us. We had our first college tour that we just kicked off, so I'm super excited about that. We just hit up not most of them, but we hit up about 5 different schools here in Atlanta. So I'm excited about that. And let's go ahead with some questions. So I'm going to ask Asia the question myself. So how do you manage pretty much like school and trading together as one? Like which way are you able to do that? Like, is it complicated for you or?
It really depends on what's going on with school, whether or not I'm kind of like a more interactive in the market, or whether I just kind of rely on the nightclub and like Tokyo China to just make money in the market. But a lot of times, like if even like with finals week, I didn't have any time to do anything to just focus on school. And that's what I really loved about, being with Richmond University. Every single night, I was getting the Tokyo China alert, and that's literally just like a copy and paste. So it was really easy for me to, stay focused on my studies and do everything that I needed to do while still making money and not having that, affect my pockets or anything. Because I know a lot of times during finals week, students have to like take off of work or cut their hours, and it'll affect, their money. And luckily for me, with being able with Rich University, I don't, school doesn't affect my income. So yeah, that's kind of how I balance it. Using the copy and paste is really the easiest thing when I have a lot of coursework.
Yeah, I think the copy and paste really makes it simple. Like just overall with having like, just a tool it's literally so easy. Like it's like a 45-second situation, and you're like back to doing whatever you have to do. So Majesty, I know you said that you were in school too. Like how were you able to manage the two?
I'm in school.
No, you said you were in school. You said you
okay.
Right.
For the most part, it was easy. I mean, I was always doing like the copy and paste, and then when I would have test stuff, it was like I'll do like my work and stuff, and then just like trade for the rest of the time. Like it was easy, like the copy and paste, like literally Hermione's scanner. It gives you take profits, it gives you the stop loss, and you're able to like set your own depending on like how do you trade, depending on what strategy you use. So I mean, it was easy for the most part. It's not like brain surgery or rocket science.
Yeah, definitely. So we have a question. It says, how long does it take to get into the group? I've received alerts. I paid the subscription. I am ready. Okay, so basically after you paid the subscription or you were able to sign up with us, whoever your sponsor is, is responsible for making sure that you are a part of that Rich University group that we have on Telegram and just keeping you connected with everything. So just ensure that you go ahead and reach back out to that person to ensure that they put you and have you connected properly with everything so that you're good and ready to go.
Next question.
Okay, so next question.
Well,
Okay, go ahead.
Majesty, go ahead. I see you.
Okay. So I have a question, like any of you guys can answer. Okay, so when someone asks you, how long would it take them to make their 174 or their 235 back? What is your answer to them?
So I believe that everybody is different for the most part. I think like it really depends on how focused or devoted you are to ensuring that you make that money back. Because some people just swear that, you know, like they're not even like connecting in with whatever we're doing. So like, you know, it really depends on how devoted you are to ensuring that you get that money back. Like how, you know, how much you're educating yourself. Malik, how do you feel about it? What was going to be your response?
So my response is, hopefully they does have another source of income, so they could be able to start trading the Tokyo China. So that would be my advice. So but yeah, you do need $1,000 to start out trading. So if you have that, great. But if not, I would say start with at least like $300 to $400, and use the trade alerts is coming back as well. The rich alerts coming back, and also use Gold Cup, and Fly Trade. So the market is open Monday through Friday. So that would be my best advice. So just use the copy profit system and plug in. And a nightclub too. Nightclub as well.
Sure. So guys, you mentioned like $1,000 for Tokyo, China. So you do just need like about $100 to trade regular pairs and stuff like that. So it's not like you have to have $1,000 for regular pairs. But for Tokyo, China, definitely have about $1,000. So here's this person out here on the screen. It says, however, I'm not sure if he is linked in. So are you connected with which university, or let me know? Because if you're not connected with Rich University, you're not going to be able to have the same access.
Yeah, so I would say get back to your and get to your game as soon as possible.
Which aspect is most profitable, the network marketing and or the trading? So Asia or Majesty, who can answer that question?
Honestly, I would say both.
Yeah.
The reason why I would say both is because if you don't have a residual income coming in, it would be great to have that, especially if you're sitting at home, you're clicking on YouTube videos, scrolling down Instagram, you're clicking on TikTok. Like, you can make a residual income off your phone. You're posting for free and getting paid to post. That's how I see it. That's one way. So it is beneficial for you to have the residual income, and it is profitable from it. $10K, $25K, even $5,000. Like, that's even good. Then the trading side, what is it? $7.3 trillion. That's money that's in the market fluctuating every single day. Like, you buy or sell the currency. Like, it's fluctuating every single day. Profitable off both, if you ask me. Like, you can make $10,000 by marketing, and you can make $10,000 trading. So both of them like profitable to me. I mean, that's my opinion.
Can I piggyback off of that a little bit?
Yeah,
so I agree with everything that Majesty said about that. So like with the network marketing, you can get paid anywhere from $150 to $500,000. But what's cool about it, like you can make money trading if you want to just trade. But if you take advantage of the network marketing part, you can use that money to put it into your trading account and flip your money and make even more money. So the possibilities are endless to me. And that's all I got.
Yeah, that's really, really good. I like that. So, right. Right. So if you don't have any money to put in your account, which is like that for a lot of people, they're like really interested in what we have going on, but they don't have an additional set. So I feel like us having, being able to make money residually allows people to be able to fund their account, even just by starting off with P150, saving up that month worth of, income and being able to invest into your account. And I feel like that's, very, very important for a lot of people who don't have access to, more money. Asya, what were you going to say?
Yeah, I was just gonna say I agreed with what Majesty was saying. Using the residual to put it into your trade account, or even if you wanted to just trade, like what Tierra was saying, like you could do that. I know when I first started in this company, before I was interested in building, I was interested in trading. I started off with $100, and I think and this was before I even knew how to trade. And I was just I loosely thought I knew how to trade. In like 3 weeks, I was able to grow my $100 to like over $700.
So like, why have we never talked about that, Asya?
I don't know. But yeah, so I was able to do that with the web analyzer. So it's definitely like trading is definitely profitable. But so is network marketing. I guess it really just boils down to how you want to make your money, more than like what's the best way to make your money.
Yeah, I definitely think it can be a personality thing at a certain point, because I do have a particular person on my team. He's like, I don't want to talk to anybody. I'm like, you really? He's like, no, leave me alone. I don't talk to anyone. He just wants to trade. And I have people on my team who are like, let's go. Who I need to talk to? What I need to do? Like, what's up? Where we at? So I think it does have something to do with like who you are as a person and just kind of going based off what makes sense for you. But sometimes, you have people who swear up and down that, oh, I don't want to be a builder. I don't want to be a builder. And when they start to get a result, it's so hard to see yourself. Like I know a lot of people, they get results and they're like, I'm going to tell everybody about what I got going on, because there's absolutely no way that this is reality. Yeah. So I definitely think it depends. Yeah. Okay, guys. So what other questions do we have out there? Yeah. Let's ask each other questions as well.
Okay, I have another question.
What is it? Go right ahead.
All right. So, how do you approach someone that you feel like they have the potential to go far, but they don't see themselves going that far? Like, how do you handle that type of situation? Because I'm asking, because I actually do need this advice for real.
That's a great question, because I need that too. I deal with a lot of people that has that same problem.
So you said the question is, how do you deal with people who what? Again, I didn't hear you.
Who don't see their self going far, but you can see the potential in them. How do you handle that?
So this is actually interesting. So with Sean, exactly. So as you guys know, Josh Sean, who's sitting on this slide right here, when we first started everything, he only seemed like himself being a certain type of person in this space. And I'm like, it's almost like you had to have a real conversation with him. Like I had a real conversation with him. I had to bring him a little bit into my head of what I see him as. And he was able to agree and say, you know what? Oh, right. I am like that for real. Like sometimes people just need a reminder of what it is. Sometimes you can't see the greatest within yourself, but sometimes others can see it around you. And at the same time, that's when you come in and just give them a reminder, because sometimes people feel like they lost their sauce. They don't feel like they got it no more. They don't see what they're capable of doing. You're telling them like, man, listen, this is what I know you can do based off like previous results or based off how you are. I feel like that allows them to like kind of see that they really are more than what they think that they are. So, I had a real heart-to-heart conversation with him, because I've been knowing him since I was in high school. And I'm like, Sean, are you joking right now? Like, do you know who you are? Like, I had to have a real conversation. Do you know who you are? Like, are you forgetting who you're connected with? Are you forgetting, like, the knowledge that you had, the drive that you had? Like, I had to go back to conversations that we had when we was, like, 17. Like, this is all the stuff that you used to tell me that you wanted to do. Like, are you forgetting about that? Like, you know that person personally. Like, just have that. See, tell them what you see. Like, make them see what you're talking about. Because sometimes people will forget that they got it. They don't really look at themselves the same no more, because maybe they're not in the same positions that they used to be or they don't see how powerful their gift that they have inside of them is. And it takes sometimes for someone to pull it out there and to say, bro, this is who you really are. Are you joking? Like make it real. Like this is me. This is how I feel. This is how they feel. Like we're waiting for you. So that's what works for me from a personal perspective. But I don't know how it would be, maybe for someone that you don't know per se, but still in all, tell them what you see. Sometimes people just can't see, they're blinded, they see themselves as someone who's not them. Like, they see like it's fog, and they see themselves, they don't. Like sometimes you have to bring the clarity to their eyes, open up their eyes and say, this is me. Like, this is you. Like, look at you. This is what you're inspiring me to do such and such. So tell them, just keep it straight up. Ain't no really cutting around it with it. I think that's the best way to go about it.
I'm happy you told me that. I'm going to actually take that advice.
Yeah, I think that's good. Because look at Sean. He's sitting on the flyer. I mean, he's not here right now. But, like, just imagine if I didn't something. I would be like, nah, man, I can't. Like, what would we be doing right now? Like, his whole mind is like, I'm finna get 100K this year. Like, he's there. He's there. Sometimes you need to be reminded and surrounded by greatness. Yeah. That's another thing. Some people are not in the right environment. I was having a conversation with Malik not too long ago. He was like, I just want to be around, like, better people. Like, that's another thing. If you kind of show them what the community is about, when you have a different mentality, you make different decisions. So maybe they're not surrounded with the right people, and you need to be that example for them too. That's another way. Be an example for people so that they can see, like, dang, I know her. I went to school with her. She doing it. Let me do it too.
Right.
Yeah. So I have another thing. Do y'all agree? Okay, so somebody have gave me this. I guess it's like it's like a blueprint. I guess if you post 10 times a day, that's 70 times a week. That's 3,650 times a year. I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm right. Right? Someone has to. I had to think back on. I'm sorry. So if somebody has to see an opportunity, like if we were to see a movie, that first 2 times we're gonna be like, that movie is so whack, and then you're gonna the next time you see it, I'm like, let me actually look at it for real. Let me actually pay attention to it, and then the movie at the preview actually be like really, really good. How do you, when someone tell you like, I've been watching you post every single day, and you always ask like, what is Forex, and like, why aren't you trading? Like, how do you actually, in the quickest way, explain to them what Forex is in the quickest way? I actually want to know. I mean, I try to do it in the quickest way possible, but like, you gotta keep the conversation real short so they'll understand like this is business. So how do y'all handle those type of conversations? Like, how quick do you tell them exactly what Forex is?
So what exactly do you tell them? Like when someone wants to know what's up and you try and get to the point, what is it that you say? Like, okay, boom, I'm your prospect. Hey girl, so what's this thing you keep talking about? Is that a shirt or something? What's Forex?
Okay, so Forex is short for the foreign exchange market with traded currency. So let me take you on a trip in your head. Let's say, for example, we go to Japan. We get over there to Japan. We want to, get us a Starbucks coffee. All we have is our U.S. dollars. We can't use our U.S. dollars over there in Japan. So what we'll do is we'll go to a currency pair and trade in our U.S. dollars for the Japanese yen. And at that current moment, you have to participate in foreign exchange markets. But instead of us going to Japan, we're going to stay in the United States, and we're going to do it off our cell phone. And that's how I explain it.
I truly just ate that up, me personally.
I like that.
Yeah. I like it. I mean, for me personally, I think what I do is when I talk to somebody, sometimes I don't know, it'd be so much happening in my head because it's like I can't give them too much information because they don't need to know about the CEO. They need to know the importance of this market. So what I do is I like to put hype on it. Like, I like to be like, man, we so lit, we young, we making money. I just make it seem like this is decent. I'm talking about the place to be. And people like, for real, like, I don't know what's going on. I get them on a call. Like, that's the quickest way for me. Like, I just talk about, man, like, for instance, I just left from London. Man, I just left from London, bro. I'm so excited. We had like 10,000 people in the room. We just bucked up. All my team making money. We just went this college tour. Like, I'm not even really answering their question. Like, I'm really just making them buck up. They getting bucked up. They're like, hold up, what's going on? Like, they don't even know what's going on. Because sometimes when people is excited, they get like winning energy. They're like, hold on, what's up? Let me hear it. I still didn't hear something. They still don't know what Forex is. I'm just telling them we making money, we lit. So that's me. What about y'all? What y'all do? Malik, what have you been doing?
So what I get on, Instagram and Facebook. So what I do, I hit them with a question, right? And the main thing is, I be like, is your smartphone a bill or is it paying the bill? And that gets them, going and really thinking. And that's when I really go in, into full detail about the forex, about the traveling thing, how to exchange currencies and stuff like that. So that's what I really do. And I plug them into the community, with the Harmonic China and stuff like that. So that's what I really tell them about. But yeah, that's what I do. It's been working so far. So I'm gonna just keep it up.
What about you? You said the other day you signed up 4 people in a day. Like, spill the tea, please. Like, please.
Well, now I have people on my team actually working, so I don't have to do everything myself or whatever. But I pretty much try to keep it short and sweet. And, I do what Majesty does, like, just kind of tell them, well, what is Forex? And explain to them, okay, just like you said, like if I'm going to Mexico, we're need a peso there and the US dollar is stronger. So kind of just show them like, okay, we're buying and selling or whatever off the market. But I treat everybody differently. Like I don't just say the exact same thing to everyone. And then I also like sometimes I tell them my results or whatever, and that's sometimes that's all they need to hear. They're like, okay, like I'm ready. And then, I explain to them pretty much, like how much it is, but you can make that trading. And if you get 2 people, but let's not stop at 2 people because I need y'all to get 30 people like underneath y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's take advantage of the residual side too. Like, let's not leave money on the table. Like, let's get all of the money. There's money out there to get. So, I mean, I hype them up too. I need to hype them up a little bit more. Notes from Ajay, like, yeah.
I showed them profits too as well. So,
yeah.
Me too.
So I feel, what do you do? Because I know you're more of a trader. Like, what have you been doing? Like, she's been rolling. Like, I tell you, literally, we had one conversation. I kid you not. A week later, she's like, "Yeah, I'm P150. So I'm gonna be P600. So what have you been doing?"
Well, something for me, a lot of times people will have questions about trading, and because people know that I'm a trader, they'll just come and ask me. And then I'll use that like kind of like informational getaway to let them know like, okay, like there's more to this than just trading. Like this is a whole community that offers like mentorship and residual income if you'd like to take advantage of that. And then also because you can learn how to trade, out on the internet. But one thing that I really love about, Rich University is that it's like a path. So it really is like a school, you have a curriculum. So this is what, if you know nothing about trading, like this is what a pip is, and so versus like not knowing what information is out there, what you don't know, what you need to learn. And so that's kind of how like I spin it. And, a lot of times I'm talking to other students. So it's easier to just kind of make that correlation. Like just as like we're in school, with college and stuff like that, this is it's the same thing. It's school, but it's teaching you how to actually physically make you money. And another thing that really works is like, results. So the fact that, people are like, people are really surprised that, I was able to buy my car at the age that I was able to do it. And so that's always something that where people are like, well, what did you do so that I can do it too? And I feel like that's just kind of something that really brings people in, is like, just kind of like the inspiration, like how, you were able to grow, or I was able to grow $100 to $700 in like 3 weeks. So if I'm able to do that and I went to high school with you, I can do it too. So it's just kind of that relatable thing that I personally use to help people and, inspire them to want to trade as well.
Yeah, I definitely think that the realism helps people as well. Like, I know, like being excited, but I really like the painting a picture thing. Like, I genuinely never even thought of that. Just like Tiara was saying, though, it is different ways, different approaches depending on who you're talking to. Because I feel like you can't come to everybody the same way. But as far as younger people, I feel like they kind of feel that vibe more. But when it really depends on what room you in. Because I feel like sometimes you can just really be as honest as all outdoors and be like, this is what we got going on. Just give them like, there's different type of people, like it's like, I don't know, they're color people, right? I don't know this color chart by heart. I should have been on the call. But Jason Brown, he pretty much went over like the different type of people based off who they are. And I feel like I need to study that because that can definitely determine a type of approach you are. Talking to another person, they could care less about it being lit. Like that's cool. Where's the money? You feel me? If we're talking about a person based off energy, they might not care about the money. They just want to be around a community of people. So some people are just a little bit different. So I definitely think it has to do with like, who you talking to. But if it's some young people, man, just make it seem like we having a party, which we are.
Every night we getting Pepsi.
Exactly. Pepsi. So I have a question for you guys. So this is a person. So as a person in this like industry, how important do you guys feel like it is to be like mentally in the right space, like to continue to be successful? Because I know sometimes it can get overwhelming, especially if you're a builder and trader run, just trying to balance the two. Like, how are you guys able to still keep your sanity in the midst of this, through it all?
Okay, so mindset is extremely important with everything. But okay, so since I'm kind of like on the trading aspect, I'll talk about that in regards to trading. So I know like trading is 90% mindset and 10% skill. And so for me personally, like if I'm trading for a day and my mental is not there, regardless of, the market analysis that I'm doing and all of that, and I'm looking at the market structure and my technical analysis, if my mental is not there, like for some reason, it's just not successful. So something that I had to learn early on in order to be okay is to have like a routine. So, when I'm trading, a lot of times what I'll do is I'll have like a tea or a coffee, and then, I'll play like meditating music in the background. So I'll have like piano or like the flute or something. And that just really helps keep me calm. As far as like balancing now that I'm like, building and trading, something that's really important is just keeping like staying happy and I guess positive, not to sound cliche or anything, but, energy is super, super important. And, having good energy, having positive energy, and just keeping my vibrations high. So like meditating, that's personally something that I really enjoy doing. Reading inspirational like books, inspirational quotes, things like that, watching inspirational videos or listening to podcasts. That's something that I've also picked up doing that just really helps keep me on track.
Yeah, and for me personally, my mom gets on me a lot. Like I know she's my mom, so it's like she's my mentor, but she's also my mama. But I feel like it's also important to have a mentor. And someone that I've been watching lately has been Bob Proctor, and he has been. I loved it. I genuinely loved it. Like I think the way he thinks about things, like just I didn't watch his whole video. I should have, but literally it had my mind shifted. Like he's a really, really good mentor. So I definitely think having a mentor is important. Very, very important in this space because it's like so much that you just don't know, or even if you know, you just might not understand it the way it needs to be understood to be successful. And I really feel like having a mentor allows you to skip through all those trials and tribulations. Like, having somebody to put you on game just prevents you from going down that road that they know does not work, so they can guide you back into the right direction. So I feel like it's important to have somebody in your ear, a good person, a mentor in your ear, always putting you on game as to what should be done. Nah, don't do that, do this, don't do that, do that. And it might feel like, dang, I can't be, but it shows you, where you need to be so that you don't have to go down, the wrong path for no reason. Like you don't have to waste no 2-3 additional years, because you invested into something you wasn't supposed to, or, had a conversation with someone you wasn't supposed to, because they're telling you, the do's and do not. So what about anybody else? What do y'all do to keep y'all mental state together in this whole situation, especially with the coronavirus going on as well?
I was about to say that honestly, like this pandemic has kind of been a blessing in disguise for me. It's allowed me to kind of calm down and focus on what's important and be more intentional about my business. And when I started doing that, that's when I started seeing more results, in a sense. And then, like honestly, I think it's provided mental clarity for like the people that I'm signing up as well, because now they're like, I need to have another source of income. Like I need to have another, because it's not guaranteed. Like their job is not guaranteed. Like, I mean, it's a lot that can happen, and they're realizing that they needed to have another source. The people that I've spoke to in the past, like I was telling Asia and Malik earlier, like they're coming back to me now and they're like, okay, I'm ready to listen to you. So I'm just happy that people are even seeing an opportunity for themselves now, and seeing that, like, opening their minds up in a sense.
I definitely think so. I feel like with now everyone's attention being like on the phone, like I feel like my phone's not the only one that's slow. Like everybody is on the phone and on the computer. Like it's just the first time I feel like ever that the attention is just being placed on whatever's on their screen. And I feel like this is the perfect time to just come in and like, tell people about because they haven't been listening. I feel like they've been listening to their friend, cousins, uncle who said something and now they can really see themselves, having their real results and like, oh, it's not that bad. Like, there's always somebody saying something, but until you experience it yourself, it's kind of hard to make a true decision. So I definitely believe that it's a blessing in disguise as well for a lot of us.
Yeah, I'm sorry about everybody that didn't survive or whatever. That's not cool. But like, I don't want to, be insensitive to that. But it's definitely for me in a better place.
Yeah, I believe so as well. And I think, it definitely is a sad situation, of course. But for the people who lost their job, like for instance, we have someone who's really special to me on right now, but we had a conversation and she was just telling me like, how many people were just like being laid off. And I was just like, what? She's like, yeah. Like,
we have the most laid off people, Americans, since the Great Depression, 30 million people.
30 million people have been laid off, guys. This whole thing just started 2 months ago, like for real, where they start shut down March, like March at that. So that's crazy. Like a lot of people are literally sitting up here and they literally don't know what they're going to do. And things are opening back up, but it's such a risk to go back outside because they're secure. So there's that. It's like you have to literally decide what's more important, your bills or your life. And I think that's really messed up in that state. But luckily we were able to still make money from our phone. Like that's what I keep pushing out to people. Like I do hair, so me doing hair. Obviously, if that was my only, like my legit only source of income, I would be done because I can't go to the shop. I can't go to the shop. I can't make my bread. Like, how am I supposed to be able to fund for myself? And I also sell hair extensions as well. So, like that has been slowed down with shipping as well. So it's like that would have been shaky. But since I'm able to still make money residual and from my phone, I'm like, I'm cool. Like, airplane, so we can be on our feet.
I think like having multiple streams of income, like even when the pandemic started, I think having multiple streams of income is no longer like a want. It's like a need because you can't even depend on your job because your job can fire you today and replace you tomorrow at 9:30 in the morning. So having multiple streams of income is no longer a want anymore. It's a need. Like you need multiple streams of income. You can invest in Forex and yes, I've just started in Rich University and we love it. You feel me? We love it. Okay. So invest into Forex and then invest in like a franchise, or if you're not in franchise, do real estate. Like it's so many other things that this opportunity can branch you off into so you can create multiple streams of income. Like I need multiple streams of income. That residual, you can click on YouTube, you can click on Snapchat, you can click on TikTok, and you can get them residual check and watch NFL and and Criminal Minds and all that. You can get a residual side. If you can scroll down Instagram and get them money, you can do a residual side. Tell your best friends to join with you. If they are best friends, they're gonna try to get a bag with you.
That's another thing. Like I know my best friend sent up, but not everybody is fortunate as me. How do you guys deal with because I know it's not easy, being in a business and not having the people closest to you support you. Like it's always the person that you simply do not know or never heard of who will be more likely to like get you to your goal quicker than the person that you know. Like, how do you guys handle that? Because I know for me, I'm kind of used to it because I've been selling hair since I was 14. So like, it was a shocker to me, not the people in my house, but my cousins or my aunties or even the ones at school who was my buddies, they would not support my business. So I'm kind of used to it. How do you guys deal with the new person who's watching, who's about to get told no from their sister? How do you guys deal with that? Like, how do y'all deal with that? Go ahead, Malik, because you're like ready.
I'm okay because I'm dealing with that now. Like none of my family members they support me, but not that the support that I need. My brother, that's my friend like that is my brother. So my brother, he's not into networking marketing at all. And his wife, I asked his wife, my mom, my sisters, like they just totally not with it. And what keeps me going is you have to just reach out to new faces, just really connect with new faces and just try to build that, relationship with new people. So know your why. If you know your why is not gonna stop you. So that's why, I'm continuing, to keep my foot up and just keep going with it. So that's
I was about to say something, but you took the words out my mouth. You took the words out my mouth. That was
for real. I'm dealing with it, and it's tough, and it hurts though. Like it hurts. I'm not gonna. It hurts because I know I should be at least P1000 right now. No problem. And I'm pissed right now, but we're gonna keep it moving. I'm gonna prove my family wrong.
Exactly.
Come on.
Yeah, I know it's not an easy situation at all. Like, be surprised. Like, I mean, I ain't even gonna get to it yet, but just know I've had some experience with some people who are close to me joined. Shirley did, just not with me. So that was a whole situation within itself. I mean, that's another thing that I think, sometimes like what I have to tell myself when stuff like certain stuff happens is like you have to say business not personal, because when you get in your bag, and I feel like when you mix business with personal stuff, that's the quickest way to be broke. So I really try to keep it over here. You feel me? You can't get too emotional in your business standpoint because you start to think of an emotional mind. You have to think strategic when it comes to business, not based off emotions. I feel like that's what happens with business side, with personal side. So I have put it to the side, like, okay, sis, I see you, keep it pushing. We both got millions to make. I'm even gonna trip because if I get in my bag about it, it's not gonna be pretty. It's gonna turn into a petty party. Nobody has time for that. That's why you say broke too. So, go ahead.
Can I add something to? I will say, like, with me, like, maybe some of your family may come back around when they see your success. Sometimes they have to see it first, unfortunately, because, like, my mom introduced this to me, and me, her, and my aunt, we were the only ones. Everybody else was like, man, ain't nobody studying y'all, but, like, when we start showing results, like, now I'm trading with my cousin, my boyfriend, his friends, my best friends, like everybody, they're starting to get it because they see what, my success really. So sometimes you just have to show them because the people closest to you are the ones that like, man, I know you ain't got no money. Like, I know you the most, like, and then just step outside of them, honestly, because it's going to be other people, random people that you run into and stuff that's going to get you to where you need to be. And they'll come back around and you just got to be receptive and still, like, don't be like, nah, you wasn't, just bring them too, because there's more people to your organization. They'll turn one down, even if they, like.
Sometimes that's hard to do too. Like when somebody try to spin a block, like, oh wait, like, listen. Nah, because you just a couple of months ago you wasn't on the page. Well, stop.
Nah, I'm taking them too. I ain't turning down nobody. I need everybody. Like, let's go.
Yeah, so guys, it gets easier as the days goes by. I think my biggest thing, truly though, heart to heart, I feel like my biggest thing is my consistency. I've noticed a lot of people who started this and they're like, and I'm like, dang, hold on, what just happened? Because they're like, boom, boom, boom. I feel like in this space, you have to be devoted. Like you really gotta be like you gotta make this your life. Like you have to go off when you want a result. And I didn't realize how important it was to take it serious. Like when you want more, you do more. And my mama wakes up every day and she's on her P's and Q's, she's dotting her I's and crossing her T's. My dad, he's doing what he has to do with the nightclub, and it's like then it's just me. And I'm just like, oh, okay, I'll do some here and there, but it's like people are flying past. It's like now I understand the importance of being consistent in something, even if we're not even just talking about this per se. Anything that you want in life, like to be consistent is where the result is at. Because they have people who are not even as good as you. And I'm not even talking, let's say you're selling a particular product. Like I've been selling hair, like I said, since I was 14 years old. And there has been girls who started when I was 16 years old who's like, and I'm like, what just happened here? because they were like, boom, boom, boom. Their hair might not have been as good as me, but it's not about that. Like the best promoter wins. Like who cares? You know? So I realized that you have to be consistent with going off. You have to be consistent with every single thing that you're doing to get a result. And for me, like I know that that's my weakness spot that I have to get back in my bag on. I can't be afraid to go on live because I feel like I look fat. Like I just gotta do what I gotta do. Lose my weight, keep it pushing. Like
Yeah,
consistency.
Consistency is key, most definitely. Because I'll start getting on live Instagram like every day. I try to get on at least like 4 times a day.
Yeah, consistency. Like it's the more consistent you are, like the greater your result will be, and that's with anything. Like working out, my business, and I'm clearly, you know, I gotta get that together. I gotta get that together. So, any other questions that you guys have for us? We're going to ask each other because it's almost 10:30. I'm gonna hit the road in a second, but want to stay just a little longer to make sure what this guy's saying.
Yeah.
Shout out to Kawana Sanders though. She has been hyping this up.
Yes. Shout out
Yes.
Thank you guys so much. So guys, that wraps it up with our Q&A. I'm so excited that you guys were here to come back, part 2. So this was our college with Georgia State, Kennesaw State University. This was Vidalsa State. This was Savannah State, and this was also Albany. So we hit 5 colleges today. We're going to spin a block one more time with Atlanta soon, so make sure that you're ready for that. But next week, please, guys, next week we're going to be in another state. So I don't know by heart, but I believe we're going to be in another state next week, maybe Florida, maybe Texas. I don't know. That's why you need to stay connected. So make sure you follow us at 100 Chairman. On Instagram, that's where we're at. I'm actually on live 100 Chairman right now, guys. Stay connected. I look forward to joining with you guys. My Instagram is my name, which is ANJAEMONEA. And anybody else want to give themselves a shout out before we wrap it up?
It's Malik. Follow me on Facebook at Malik Thomas. Y'all can look me up.
My name is Royale on Instagram. Royale _, my middle name. But yeah.
My name is flawless.barbie on Instagram. Barbie is BAR.BEE. No, BARBEE.
Okay, guys. So thank you so much for coming back with us and spending some time with our Q&A. And we are out. See you guys soon. And thank you guys so much for being here.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah.
Bye.